So my first simple and quick project is going to be a webcam cover. Let's get ourselves set up first. I've already deleted the guy. I'm just going to go and save this project. Saving it into my SketchUp projects. So now I've saved it, I've given it a sensible name, webcam cover tutorial, and now as this auto saves, if it do go off, I'm not going to lose much. I may lose something, but not going to lose much. But I'm going to keep saving as I go, so I don't lose my project. Right, I'm going to double check. I go into the information and make sure I'm on 0.00 because I need that precision to be able to see it. And now we're going to make our webcam cover. Right, let's get the pencil. I'm going to click in the origin, come along the red axis and type 10. That's going to give me a 10mm line. Using the mouse wheel, I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to go up onto the green axis, type 10, press enter, come back across the red axis, and click at 10mm, and then finish off having a rectangle. Now I'm going to go to the push-pull tool. I'm going to take that up 1mm. So I've now got a 1mm thickness. Let's go with an offset now. So the offset tools here, if you can't find a tool that I'm using, if you click on these three little dots, the ellipses, the offset is there. So I want to use an offset. Click and pull in, and this needs typing. I want a 2mm offset. And off on that 2mm offset, this is now going to give me the point for my little posts to clip. I'm going to go back to find the circle tool, and I'm going to click and I'm going to pull, and it should, no, I want a 1mm radius, so type 1, click, oh, it's snapped to 1 that time, click, type 1, enter, click, and that's 1, no, type 1, enter. Now, I've got these posts in place. I'm going to go to the eraser tool, and I'm going to take out the lines inside the circles. I'm going to leave that one there. I'm going to take this one and this one out. Going to go back to my pencil, top of the circle to the top of the circle. Now I'll know it's top to top because I can see it goes red. It's showing me it's on that red axis. And again, top to top there. Next, I'm going to use push-pull. I'm going to push this 2mm high. Now I can either do that again, push and press 2 and enter, or I can push and then just go to the level. See, it's showing me the level, so I can just pull and it will level off with whatever I'm touching. So that's the face, that's the actual post. So there's a couple of ways of doing that. This needs to be a little bit more than 1mm high. So I'm going to take this up. I've got to move up first. I'm going to go to 1.3mm. And there'll be a reason for that in a minute, you'll see in a moment. And again, this one here, I'm going to take that to 1.3, which is the same as over there. Now, our next step is we've got our base. We're going to need a top to go on this base, which will click into place. So the easiest way to do that is using copy and paste. So if I triple click, it selects the whole model. Control C, Control V. I've pasted another version of that. I'm going to go to the arrow and click away to deselect it. And all I'm going to do now is go back to that tool and just shrink everything back down into the base. I'm going to get rid of these lines here and get rid of these lines here. And I want to have 4 holes which these can go into. Now, at the moment, that is a 2mm diameter, and that's a 2mm diameter. It's not going to fit in. So we need to have a bit of a tolerance or allow a bit of a gap for that to go. That gap with the print I'm going to do is 0.2mm. It would be a nice tight fit. So I need to go back and get my offset tool again. So back to offset, over here to the circle, click, pull away, and I just want to go 0.2mm. And you can see it's drawn a bit of a bigger circle for me. Pull away again, 0.2. Now I need to pull away because if I go inwards and do 0.2, I'll get an inner circle. I don't want one of them. Control Z is undo. Control Z is your best friend. And then 0.2. And again over here, drag out 0.2. Now I need to get rid of the inner circles. So say goodbye to them with the eraser tool. Mouse wheel out, mouse wheel in. See, you see how I line that up there? So sometimes you want to be looking at something else. So the easiest way is zoom out, put your mouse where you want to be, and zoom back in again, and it'll take you to that point. In eraser tool, well, it should normally take the whole day. See, that one took the whole circle out. That took the whole circle out. That took the whole circle out. This isn't being very happy. Let's just carefully erase this. Now, with the eraser, it's best doing it in chunks rather than doing the whole thing. So if I slip, I end up having to press undo, and then I undo a lot more. So when you're taking little bits out, chunk it. Right, I've got my circles now, which are going to have the pegs which will fit into them. I'm now going to go to my push-pull again. And here with the push-pull, I'm going to click and then just go to that line there, which will take it through. See how it's now gone through? And again, I can click and go to that, click, go to that line. I can do it with these as well. It'll just level off. So see how the little square appear, or I'm just at midpoint there. So we've got our top to click on there. We need our thing that's going to slide through. Now what I'm going to do now, these sometimes may not be on the same plane, on the same flat plane. Also, when they're printing out, if this is printing, it's going to print the bottom of here, then the printer head's got to go all the way over there and print this and all the way back. So to save it some time, I don't want it too close, but if I just draw a 2mm line on the axis there, click, triple click here, I'm going to take the move tool, zoom in, grab the bottom corner of this and just take it to that end point. Now they're on the same level, so they're both flat on the floor, on the print bed. I just need to remove this line. And now the print head has got less travel, but also it's going to be a lot more efficient because they're pretty in line. Right, I need to draw my little pop out here. So this is going to be the basics of everything that we build upon. So we're going to build the basic model, and then I'm going to make the additional cool bits. Now, I need a circle to cover my webcam. So this is going to be next to the webcam, and the circle is going to pull out and cover the webcam and then push away and not cover the webcam. So let's go get a circle. So in the tools here, I want the circle tool, and I'm going to draw myself a circle. I want this circle to be a millimeter or centimeters. So I'm going to do a 5. This always works on radius. So a 5mm radius will give me a 10mm circle. Now, from my circle, I need to have a little stick on it, which is going to slide through this gap we're going to have in here. Now, I need the stick to be smaller than this, so I need to know how big that is. Now, there is a measuring tape, but I like to use the pencil because it's just as easy to measure with the pencil as it is with the tape. So I'm just going to go and get to the topmost point of that circle I can find and draw straight across to that one. And I can see, if I just leave that line there, I can see I've got 4mm here. I wouldn't have actually drawn that line. I would have left it, but I'll just undo it in a second. So 4mm, so undo. So what I would have done, I'd have gone to here, click, pull across. I see it's 4mm, and then I just press escape and I don't put the line in. So now I know I need something narrower than 4mm. So I'm going to go with 3.5mm for my stick that's going to be on here. So first of all, I'm going to go to the middle of the circle. I need it to be able to cover, so I'm going to give it a 20mm line, so 20mm there. That's going to allow this to definitely have enough space to pull out over. I need this now to be 3.5mm. Now I like things to be symmetrical, so I need to halve 3.5, so 1.75 on the green axis. I'm just going to press escape to stop that line there, and I'm going to go upwards on the green axis, and again 1.75. Enter. Now you'll see that I've now got, if you look at down there in the length, I've got length here. I've got 3.5mm, so I've got the space for that to slide through the gap. I'm now going to bring this back on the red axis to keep it nice and straight and intersect with my circle. Sometimes if it doesn't want it, there we go. You have to be a bit take a bit of time sometimes. I'm now going to rub out the lines I don't need. And now, if I put that in that gap and pull, it'll just pull through. So I need to put a stopper on the end. So I'm going to, with this stopper, and know that this is 10mm. I know this is 3.5mm. So I'm going to assume, I'm just going to round that up to 4 to make it easy. So I need to add 6mm on, so I can add 3 on this side. I can add 3 on this side. I'll just do my check. I should have, there we are. I've got 9.5mm. I now need to come this way 1mm, up level to 9.5, and then box it off and then just go and get rid of that there. Clearance wise, I made this, if you remember, this wall here is 1.3mm. So if I make this 1mm thick with this tool here, with the push pull, 1mm, there we go. That will not get trapped by the top when we put it on. So the idea is this is going to go in there, that's going to go on the top, and then we'll have a little stick to pull and push out. This is probably the point where I cut to show you the model in real life. So for alignment, I need to get this next to these again to help it print out. I'm going to go and draw myself again that 2mm line, and then I'm going to give the arrow, triple click, take that point there this time, so the bottom corner, and I'm going to try and take it now. I might need to rotate to let this happen so I can see what's going on. Bottom corner onto the end. Doesn't look like I've got the bottom corner. Let's do it again. Grab the bottom corner onto there. There we go. Now that's it. That's level. Now you could align it so it was, sort of a bit closer if you wanted to. That's good enough for me. Remove that line. I've now got my product ready to stick on the printer and get it printed out.